There's kind of a lot to go through with this. I'm going to try and make this as concise as possible. A lot of censorship talk recently. For example, Grums says you're not allowed to voice act outside your race now. How soon will you not be able to write novels featuring POC characters? Ryan says, well, there goes 98.5% of the anime dubbing industry. With so many Japanese characters in anime, and so many white people voicing them, I guess Funimation will just have to shut down. The funny thing about that, well, rather what makes it extra funny is that Funimation does try and act like they fall on that side of things, so that logic really should fit Funimation, no? For example, Mike Henry, voice of Cleveland, just said the other day, it's been an honor to play Cleveland on Family Guy for 20 years. I love this character, but persons of color should play characters of color. Therefore, I will be stepping down from the role. Now we will go over to JP Twitter. I have about 4 different tweets to show you where they are talking about pretty much what we just covered. The voice actors here in the West stepping down and the giant can of worms, that sort of logic opens up. So this tweet from Ryo Mizuno is talking about Dark Elves and Netflix, basically Netflix removing Dark Elves from a certain production because they found it problematic the way characters had made themselves look to appear as Dark Elves. Let me just put it like that. It goes on a bit more. I'm paraphrasing this because the translations are not that accurate anyways. Make up your own opinion on what they are getting at. I think I get the gist of it, but again, it's my take on it. So now they're basically talking about how this sort of logic, again, can become problematic, and this person is concerned that in the future, they're going to start burning books. He then ends with this. While gathering accurate information, I will pay attention to future trends. So JP Twitter getting more and more concerned with the weirdos in the West, and I can't blame them for being concerned about that. Here's another example. This person retweeting this article that says, Alison Brie regrets voicing Vietnamese American character on BoJack Horseman, and they say, white actors who have acted as voice actors of colored races in the anime program announce their succession. Apologies for the appearance that actors of each race should be played. While I think it's a correct attitude, I think it's attractive that the anime plays the voice of a boy, and there is freedom that it is not live action. Should a child also be a child, it is difficult to draw a line. So I think what they're getting at here is, for example, when you have a female voice actor playing the role of a child, which you see very often in anime, very, very often, and you know, they're saying, should a child be doing the voice acting for the child then? There are a lot of issues. Again, the can of worms, man, it really opens up. Now, this person retweets the tweet that we just read and also talks about the Dark Elf situation as well. That's why I wanted to give you all the context like I did at the start. Hopefully, I'm making this decent to follow along. You get the idea. It says, if the flow of discrimination that the elf role is not handled by the elf voice actor, well, a big opportunity for the elf who are now on Earth to make a voice actor debut. So this is satire, in my opinion. Again, my take. It's a joke. They're saying, well, the only people who can play Dark Elves then are Dark Elves. We need an elf to play an elf. So we can't even have elves in animation anymore because there are no elves to voice that role. But luckily, yeah, there's a big time opening now for elves who are on Earth to make a voice acting debut. It's a joke. At least I think it is. And I think it's a pretty funny one. And then we have our buddy Rayforce Game here once again, basically retweeting that tweet and translating it to English for people. Doing good work there, Rayforce. Thank you as always. Much appreciated. He also did a whole thread on the Netflix situation, which is awesome. We talked about most of that. We'll end with this one. It says, Mr. Mizuno is a novelist best known as the author of Record of Lotus War. I probably said that terribly. The news that episodes of the Dark Elf costume drama have been removed from Netflix and Hulu was a hot topic in Japanese Twitter. This is a tweet in response to it. Now, I showed you plenty of examples already, but it's nice to also see him talking about it being a hot topic. And I'm going to end this video here because there is a lot to discuss today. I don't want to make this video, I don't want to drag it on. Well, in this topic, I think you get the idea. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you very soon for the next one. Take care.